Oh, Bill, we go way back. I've interviewed you so many times over the years. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. And look at we got matching artwork.
Isn't that great? Look at
Isn't that
that.
good?
That poster's from the Toronto Film Festival from, I don't know, 20 odd years ago. So that's one of my favorite ones.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put it up there. Well, I'm speaking to you from Toronto. I know you shot this in BC, so we're almost related, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I grew up in Western New York State, so
Yeah.
pretty
So
dang close.
exactly. Bill, I don't know how you pull these performances out of your butt, but my goodness, this one scared the crap out of me. And I cannot believe this. Is this true that you had not heard of Alex Murdaugh before you read the script from Lifetime?
Yeah, did you just say I had never followed it? No, I didn't know the story. I didn't know anything about it, Bonnie. It's amazing because I guess it's a testimony that I'm really trying to, when I get on a server, I try to just stay focused on what I'm doing and not,
Yeah.
'cause I have terrible attention span and, get diverted with all that clickbait, but I missed it. And then when I first, then when, but I read the script first and that was a, maybe a good thing that I could just see it as a pure storytelling, uh, mechanism. And I thought the script was great. And some of it is because learned later, I could tell that it was verbatim
Yeah.
to a lot of the scenes that were going on. There's just a veracity about the dialogue and everything that felt so good. But then to give credit to, I mean, Michael uh, Fickerman is really did a great job of kind of putting it all into a narrative, because so sprawling and so big and so much, you want to say, and you but it definitely was felt like the script got everybody jumping.
Okay, but Bill, when you have so much at your fingertips, all the court footage, we've seen documentaries on him, things like that. Do you try to avoid all of that stuff and then try to just make it your own and use the script? How do we even not look at other things?
Yes, that's very true. And when I first started, I thought, I don't want to watch all this. I don't have time to watch all this. I got so
Yeah.
much lines to learn. It's got to go fast now. And then I realized, no, I need to go back. So I kept watching it all the way through, and it wasn't disruptive. I guess I was afraid that it would be confining, or I feel like I was going into some kind of mimicry thing.
Right.
But then you realize there's just so, and then when you have the actual dialogue, the mistakes where in grammar and things, and they're in themselves so telling, and you don't get that from a conventional script usually, where there
Yeah.
a lot of just flipping of tenses and verbs and everything within the same sentence, and in plurality, like, so you're talking about many dogs, or now you're in the same sentence talking about one dog, all that stuff. And it kind of reminded me of how interesting it was when they used to fix Donald Trump's quotes and stuff. The journalists would just fix them because they were
Yeah.
so used to it. And then they just said, no, we can't, we got to do it. We got to do it.
Yeah.
And it's very, very telling, when you see the actual thing, and mostly because it looks like such chaos when you see
Right.
it in print. But when you see someone talking it, it feels like there's a lot communicated with those hems and haws, and different, dropping a one point in the middle of the sentence to go to a even more exhilarating point.
It's fascinating to me. And I wonder when, look, we've seen you in so many great roles over the years. When you play a madman like this, like for what he did, and how in your mind, Bill, do you have to justify him to play him like such an evil person like this?
Yeah, I guess I really uh thought that I was really aware of that just by saying I'm thinking about doing this Alec Murdaugh part, to a few people around me, and they go, oh, I hate that guy. And I thought, why do I want to play somebody that right got so much baggage right from the start?
Yeah.
So I think it was a challenge, to actually now, because I didn't know if it would pay off or that I'd get some that would keep some people away. But I really did feel like he loved his wife and his child.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
you know, then how you work backwards from that, you know, and what you have is someone who is really, you know, on a real nuclear addiction, you know, with this oxycodone that's just propulsive and pushing him through things, and just being able to talk, and everything that comes out of his mouth is what
right.
needs to be said in order to kind of deny any culpability. And you know, and he just was riding the high, and did what he had to do to survive. So yeah, which
Bonnie,
in a way you kind of have to kind of remember that guilt is, you know, there's a little firewall to guilt. I think some of it's the addiction, some of it's definitely in his personality, you know, social.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we have to wrap it up, Bill, which is
yes,
unfortunate to me,
I'm
but
sorry,
I
Bonnie,
really,
thank you.
that's okay. Let me just wrap it up properly, if you don't mind. I just wanted to thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And happy holidays to you and your family. I hope you can set this aside and just have a great Christmas with your family.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be thinking of you. Have you got snow going on there now?
Not yet. Cold, but no snow yet, Bill.
No
But come
snow.
visit us anytime. You're always welcome. We all love you here in Toronto and Canada. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
so
You're
much,
lovely.
Bonnie.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Okay.